I look forward to leading a government that makes Australians proud, a government that doesn't seek to divide, that doesn't seek to have wedges, but seeks to bring people together for our common interest and our common purpose. I think that's one of the messages that came through on Saturday. People do have conflict fatigue. They want to work with people, and I'll work with people, whether it's the crossbenches or the opposition, to try to, wherever possible, get agreement. It's the way that I ran the Labor Party from the day that I became Labor leader, not opposition leader. And I do believe that we can do politics better, and I hope to do so. Happy to take just a few questions. We'll take just a few. James.
Congratulations, first of all, on your win. What will you do, Prime Minister? Have you had discussions already about, if you don't have a majority, have you had discussions with the crossbench and minor parties about confidence in supply?
Thanks for that question. I'm hopeful that we will receive a majority of members of the House of Representatives. At this stage, that looks most likely, but of course counting continues. But my expectation is that we have a majority in the Labor caucus. But I have received and had discussions with the existing members of the crossbench and received confirmation from Rebecca Sharkey, Bob Catter, Andrew Wilkie, Helen Haynes and Zali Steggall that they would not support any no confidence motions against the government, and that they would also, of course, secure supply. It is important that we respect the outcome of the election on Saturday, and there aren't any. I've stuck to what I said before the election, as have they. They will consider legislation on its merits. I expect that to be the case. I will treat them with respect.
Prime Minister, when do you want Parliament to resume, and how are you feeling? Are you ready?
I'm ready. I've been getting ready for some time. And Parliament, I've had discussions with the Department of Prime Minister and Cabinet about a timetable. We, of course, I read in one paper this morning that the Liberal Party might have its caucus meeting if Parliament sits next week. I can confirm that Parliament won't be sitting until the writs are returned, which won't be certainly next week. Look, we will sit at some stage before the end of July. We will wait. It may well be much earlier than that. We'll await the advice of Prime Minister and Cabinet. There are a range of issues. One, there is a number of international events, some of which are public, some of which are not, which need to be accommodated. The other issue, of course, is I will try to run a family-friendly Parliament. There is school holidays in July that have been pointed out as well. But we will resume Parliament in a very orderly way. Catherine.
You said a minute ago.
And then Kieran, I'll go to the case.
You said a minute ago that the incoming Labor government isn't going to sack public servants, but you have indicated that you want new leadership at the head of PMNC, and I'm interested whether you've got a candidate in mind. Also, the Labor will, of course, have done a transition to government plan. I'm quite interested in what you're able to tell us about machinery of government changes or reallocation of portfolios, what you're thinking on both of those points.
Thanks. Stephanie Foster is the acting head of the Department of Prime Minister and Cabinet as of yesterday. I will be making an announcement at an appropriate time after we go through the formal procedures which are in place for the appointment of a Secretary of the Department of Prime Minister and Cabinet.